Hey everybody, Adam here, and today we're looking at how to make your LinkedIn content more powerful. And not just your LinkedIn content, but this can apply to your personal brand, to your company's brand, any way that you want to make it feel more powerful, more visceral. How can we do that? Well, we can start by giving it an enemy. And the challenge, I had heard this before. Russell Brunson actually talked about this, about having your enemy, someone to throw rocks at, or some idea or some concept to throw rocks at. And I struggled with this because I'm a positive guy, and the idea of having an enemy felt mean. But then it did hit me that the enemy that we can have as our personal brand or in our content doesn't necessarily have to be a person. It can be an idea, a belief, a concept, a worldview, something that is holding people back, that's holding your ideal customers back. And so for me, as an example, my enemy is staying silent. So not putting yourself out on the internet. Those folks that have a fear, either a fear or don't have the time, or perceive that they don't have enough time to put themselves out on the internet to share what they're building, to share the cool things that they are doing. So that gap between this silence is the gap between someone with expertise and the people who need it. And I think that we all have knowledge and expertise locked away inside of our brains. And if we can make the effort to share that expertise, it will be a net benefit to the world. Like, the world will be a better place because we are sharing our expertise. So right now, my enemy is, how can I throw rocks at this idea of staying silent? And that's just my example. I think if we're looking at other examples, one of the ones that stands out to me the most actually is an app called Condo. So LinkedIn's inbox is a bad word. Get Condo instead. And this is an application that is ran by Mitchell Tan. And he is such a good rock thrower in terms of coming up with an enemy. So in this case, LinkedIn's DM management inbox is terrible. We all know that the UI is bad. The user experience is bad. So he just throws rocks at it all the time. And on LinkedIn's inbox is crap. Try condo.com instead. And so if you scroll through his feed, all he's doing is setting himself up against this enemy of LinkedIn's bad user experience. And not for himself, but for his ideal customers, the ones that are struggling through this challenge, fighting this enemy. He's saying, we have a solution, right? And so when you start to think about this for your own personal brand with your own company, how can you position yourself to call out the enemy, to call out whoever it is or whatever idea it is that you're fighting against? So for example, let's say you are in HR, right? And you're maybe an HR coach. So you're working with HR professionals to help them elevate their game, but then also to kind of work through all of the emotional challenges and weight that comes from being in such a people-focused and challenging role. It's like, well, you can throw your enemy out and say something like, the C-suite that doesn't understand, that's the enemy. Now, it's not all executives, but it's the C-suite that is only looking at the bottom line. That could be your enemy. And you can say, like, here's how we together work to combat this enemy. Or, if you are a fractional CFO and you're trying to figure out, what is my enemy? What is the thing that I'm trying to fight against? Taking it more of an idea approach, it could be a lack of understanding of your finances, of a business finances. The idea of waiting till the end of the month to see if you have enough cash in the bank account, that's your enemy. And so what you're doing, you're trying to rally the troops, everyone to come join you, to say yes, the enemy is ignorance of the financial cash position of your business at any point in time and how that is perceived going forward. So when you are writing your content or you're coming up with branding or positioning yourself, this is just something to kind of keep in mind. What is the enemy that you're trying to fight? What is the opportunity that people are missing out on because of this enemy? And how can we bring them on our side, our ideal customers on our side, to throw rocks at this enemy and say, hey, We're not going to take it anymore. This is a movement. This is a new opportunity. The world is different. And as a result, we can move together forward. And that's where you can position yourself as the leader, as the guide, as the expert, helping people overcome this terrible, terrible enemy. So if you want to make your content feel more powerful, hit a little bit harder, have a bit more of that visceral impact, my encouragement today is to give it an enemy. So let me know in the comments who your enemy is, or what idea you're fighting against, because that's the stuff that just feels, it's got that, that essence to it. So let me know in the comments. I'm excited to hear it. Okay, until tomorrow.